What's up, everybody? All right. We can get started here in just a second. So, I need to make a note of something too. That is... All right. So, appreciate everybody. What's up, Scott? What's going on? Appreciate everybody being patient. The filler just didn't fill as fast as I thought it would. And sometimes that happens. You know, it is what it is. So, let's go purple and yellow tonight. Interesting combination of colors. But we got everything filled. We got everything paid for. We got everybody squared away. So, again, I appreciate everybody's support. I also appreciate everybody's patience. Like I said, sometimes, sometimes it doesn't quite go according to plan. You know, but we're not too far off, so not the end of the world. So here is our owner list for tonight. Everybody should pretty much know who they have, I would imagine. If you don't, I guess shame on you. Sorry, I've been trying to. I told you guys I was dealing with gnats in my basement, and I put a trap out and caught a bunch. But I have had one that has been pestering me for the last couple hours. And it's one of those deals where, I'm going to win eventually. It's just a matter of time. But I don't know where they're coming from. That's annoying, too. All right. Here is our owner list for tonight. 1 through 18. Bob and Joey are the bookends for that one. Let's set this bad boy up and get this show on the road. We'll shuffle them one time. Good luck, everybody. There he is. Oh. I just can't get it. It's like a fly that won't die. I just can't get him. Your days are numbered, buddy. Duck 5. Duck 5 gets the win as I'm messing around with this stupid gnat. Duck number 5 is JJ. JJ came in there at the end and said, hey, I'll close it to help. And look at that. So JJ wins the duck race. Appreciate that, JJ. Appreciate that very much. So congrats to him. And we can move on to the next thing. So, we got 2023 Prism, 2023 Prime, 2024 Prism, and 2024 National Treasures. And I'm just going to do them in that order. I kind of stacked them that way on purpose and thought, oh, this is how we can do it. So, good luck, everybody. Let's get right into them. I don't know if anybody paid attention to the Donruss Dutch auction today for first off the line, but I was working and never even gave it a thought, to be honest. Actually, I thought it was supposed to be tomorrow, so obviously I had the day wrong to begin with, but it never even crossed my mind. So, so anyways, yeah. So it was just one of those things where, I knew it was happening, and like I said, I thought it was tomorrow, but it, again, never even crossed my mind to look. And so I know it sold out close to their floor. I was told by Logan and Val, I think, that one of them tried to get some boxes at that last drop, and they said as soon as it went to the last drop, it sold out. So, Fractal Austin Dillon, 75th anniversary personalities Tony Stewart. So I did not, long story short, I did not get any first off the line. I expect there'll be a fair amount of it in the secondary market, and knowing that it got all the way to the floor, I would expect prices for first off the line shouldn't be too high. So can always maybe pick up a couple boxes if we think it's worth playing with. Silver Ross. And we got a checkered flag, Joey Logano, going to Storm Ghost. Sarah, I can't remember if you answered this question, but did Panini get back to you on that prime box with all the fillers? Yeah, Sarah. 41 of 50 on the Logano. Sarah, that, if you remember that, when that happened, I called Panini the next day. So the way all that went down is, if you remember, I went and grabbed a box off the shelf. I had another box, a first off the line box. And I went and grabbed it off the shelf and broke that. And then the next day I called Panini and told them, what happened. And they kind of asked for some proof and stuff. And so I sent them the link for the break and, all that jazz. And, they said, well, we're going to have to review it a little bit because it's an older product. We're not sure what we can do. And about an hour and a half later, I got an email saying that they were shipping me a replacement box for what I had to use. And they overnighted it. So, the day after the break, I called them. The day after that, I had the box in my hands. They overnighted it. So they certainly took care of it in swift form, in my opinion. Orange Takuma Toga goes to the unlisted spot. I did kind of lose out on, I kind of lost out a little bit on that because when we did the break, I opened a first off the line box to replace the dud box, and then they sent me a replacement regular box. They didn't send me a first off the line box because they didn't have any for one. But two, it it really wasn't their call as to how I handled the situation. I handled it to take care of everybody in the group, and then I was willing to deal with, whatever situation I got dealt after that. So, in a perfect world, I could have used a regular hobby box to replace it, and then, it was kind of all worked out in the wash. But so it didn't work out perfectly for me, but it worked out good enough. You know what I mean? It's fine. So Brett Holmes with the rainbow auto. 14 of 24. That's going to go to the unlisted spot in Johnny Hinton. And then we got a red Willie B. So, yeah, I'd be curious to hear if anybody got any of the first off the line boxes. And if you did, where did you snag them price-wise? Or did everybody forget about it just like I did? I guess that would be my other question. I still question with Panini whether when they're doing those Dutch auctions and it gets down to a certain price, do they have an agreement with, all the bigger online retailers? Like, hey, you'll take X amount of cases, you'll take X amount of cases, and we'll pull it off the website before it ever gets to the floor so that we save face kind of thing? I don't know. I don't know if that is a possibility or not. Silver Matt Kenseth autograph going to Andy. Nice one, Andy. Very sharp. Red Ben Rhodes. Kaleidoscopic Joey Logano. Jackpot, Denny Hamlin. Going to Riley. Silver Logano. And Corey Heim, purple. Going to Sea Salt. 25 of 199. Logano. Kaleidoscopic Kevin Harvick. Blue Jordan Anderson. It's going to go to Johnny Hinton. That one is 219 of 499. And we got the Disco Chandler Smith. Going to Candace. Seven of 75 on that one. Halfway through the 23 Prism box. I thought this would be a nice mixer because, you know, we had 4 autos in 23, so that gave us 1 extra hit by by going down a year. Victory Lane bound Tony Stewart. Michael McDowell silver. And as I alluded to before, Prime is becoming difficult to find. Victory Lane bound silver Logano. I don't know that 23 Prime is like all completely dried up yet, but it's becoming more difficult to locate boxes for sure. A lot of the like the obvious major online places, most of them don't have it. So you kind of have to, if you don't have an LCS that's willing to find things for you, then it makes it a challenge, you know. So silver Jeremy Clements and silver kaleidoscopic Kevin Harvick. National Pride, Kyle Busch. And 75th anniversary signatures, Jeff Burton. Goes to Dale. Nice Jeff Burton hit, Dale. Congrats on that one. Got blue Josh Williams. $428 of $499. Josh Williams is in the filler and will go to JJ. And then we got purple Brad Keselowski for Dan Owens. 82 of 199. For Dan. Fractal Clint Boyer. Kaleidoscopic Larson. And a silver Mark Martin. Mark's been pretty vocal these last few weeks about his feelings with some things with NASCAR. You know, was about a week or so ago, he made the comment about how he thinks some of the gimmicks are diminishing what he achieved. And then I actually saw where he made another poll on X asking about the playoff format and how many people think it should go back to the old format. And it's a pretty resounding answer to the question is most people want it to go back to the way it was, or something similar to the way it was. So, got the lime green Ben Rhodes going to Paul. 86 out of 249. I just find it interesting that Mark's kind of gotten vocal about it, and he doesn't really have any skin in the game, to my knowledge. So I guess I'm just curious if he just feels that strongly about it. Sometimes once you're out of something, it's kind of like, it doesn't affect me. So Austin Dillon going to Michael Clay, 279 of 299. But like I said, he's been quite vocal. We got a redemption autographs gold prism for Jack Wood. And that will go to the unlisted spot and Johnny Hinton. I just noticed when I moved that forward and back, I just noticed it glitched, and I realized I'm using the old phone that I forgot about how it does that. I don't know why it does that either. I guess I need to see if I can fix it. If not, I don't even know why I have it. Fractal Cole Custer, because I'm sure it's super annoying for you guys. Orange Tanner Gray. And that gets us through our 23 Prism. Let's see what Prime's got in store for us. I don't know, Scott. I don't know. That was in 2023. You got to remember, I don't know if he's racing or not racing now, but that was a while ago. I don't know what the situation was or could have been. Hard to say. Good news is we have cards and not fillers in this. So we're already almost winning at life here. 10 of 25, gold, Joey Logano. Joey goes to Storm Ghost. He signed all the redemptions. Well, then that should be a good sign that that you should be able to get that one. That redemption, so Johnny Hinton has this. Johnny, you're not going to want to dilly-dally much getting this put in because that expires in August. So you're going to want to get that entered as soon as you get it. 78 of 99, Fire Suit, Bubba Wallace. Bubba going to Robert Rich. And I got Prime Coverage, Joey Logano, 95 of 99. I'm going to have to open some more top loads here for 130 points. So bear with me for just a second. And we got a 101. I don't know if anybody else snuck a peek or not, but we do have a 101. I'm going to try to see if I can... Yeah. Just wanted to see what size it is. I'm going to go ahead and use one of these mags. I know it's sideways, but I bought these to use for 101s, and we've not been pulling many 101s that were vertical that fit these, so I'm going to go ahead and use one of these special ones that I had made. It's not perfect, but it'll work just the same. Here we go. How about a 101 Eric Jones with the High Sense patch? Eric Jones will go to J.R. Tipple. JR with the 101 patch. There's a little bit more right along this bottom where it's been cut. There's actually another edge of a logo there. I'm not sure what it is. It starts to go from white to blue. There we go. Doesn't look too bad. Nice one, JR. I'm going to move... we'll move Kenseth. We'll just do it like that. What the heck? Good solid box of Prime. 75th anniversary signatures. Denny Hamlin. Going to Riley. We'll swap Denny out. Then we got Josh Berry, 44/99. Josh Berry is going to go to Dale Cobb Jr. Nice one, Dale. Very clean, very nice. And last but certainly not least, Hall of Fame, Bill Elliott, 56/99 on card auto. Going to J.R. Tipple. J.R. is having himself a prime break. J.R. gets the Bill Elliott auto and a 101. Nicely done. Nicely done indeed. That's a good way to get out of that drought you were in for sure. That'll cure it. All right. We're going to move on to 24 Prism. Empty box. Like Bill's off. Yeah, Bill's signature is pretty nice. Yeah. It seems like we've always got somebody in a drought, so we gotta work on rotating around to get everybody pulled out of that. One person at a time. Red Noah Gragson. That's going to go to Scott Bastian. $265/299. William Byron Silver. And National Pride, Kyle Busch. Checkered flag, Christian Rose. That will go to Dan Owens. $45/75. So what do you guys think about the, for those that are watching, what do you think about the in-season playoff getting started here this weekend at Atlanta? Silver Ty Gibbs. Obviously, we've got our pool, and Friday night we'll do the drawing for that to pair everybody up with a driver. We'll figure that out Friday night. But I'm curious to see how that... Does it change the dynamic any? It's certainly going to give the team, or not the team, the commentators a talking point, if nothing else. But curious what everybody else is thinking. Checkered flag, Clint Boyer. That's going to go to Scott Cutler. $54/75. And then we got a blue scripts, Michael McDowell. That belongs to Will Black. Nice hit, Will. $6/49 for McDowell. And we got pot of gold, Bubba. I'm sure a fair number of people have already seen the schedule for this week too, but if you haven't, next up will be Thursday night. Thursday night we'll do select, 4-box select break on Thursday. And then Saturday night we'll do a straight up prism break. 4 boxes of prism on Saturday night. And then Sunday we're going to do a mixer with some of those older products that I like to break, the 18 certified, 18 Victory Lane, and 19 Victory Lane, plus a Bad Monkey bonus box on Sunday for those products. So kind of a bigger mixer on Sunday, even though the race is Saturday night. We'll still have our traditional break on Sunday. $278/$399. Justin Haley going to Sea Salt. But that's the reason why I added the break on Saturday, is because they're racing Saturday night. So blue, Ryan Blaney going to Jimmy. So that's what's on tap for this week. And then we're going to see if we actually get Donruss next week. 172/199. Ryan Blaney. And Red National Pride, Noah Gragson, going to Scott. $56/99. Chandler Smith on the Pulsar goes to Candace. $18/$399. Silver Christian Eckes. And Victory Lane, Jimmy Johnson. For you guys that are watching, I've been spending more time on X lately, scrolling and reading things, and probably more time than I should be wasting on that app. But I got into reading a thread yesterday, and then it kind of transitioned to today a little bit about, they were talking about, the thread was about things in the hobby that people care about. What, it was basically, what do you care about in the hobby? And then it broke it down into, like, if you're choosing who you do breaks with, what makes your decision on who you trust to do your breaks? Is it trust? Is it how they handle the cards? Is it the entertainment value? Is it, what is it? 201 of 299 red, Denny Hamlin going to Riley Roger. And so anyway, one of the things that popped up several times from people that said that the speed of shipping was very important to them. And so that got me thinking, our process that we use for shipping for most things isn't all that fast. And so I'm just posing the question of, is shipping fast important to you guys that are listening now, or that may watch this tomorrow, or, whenever, or even if you watch this on YouTube later on. But is speed of shipping important to you? And if so, what do you have a suggestion on what we do to speed that up? Do I need to make more shipping posts? Do I need to make more breaks just have shipping included? The one thought that did cross my mind today was, I thought, well, I could make one break every week have shipping included, guaranteed. That way we always know, like, if say Sunday's breaks will always have shipping included, then at least once a week you got things rolling. But I also am aware that our sport, compared to other sports, getting your cards back quickly isn't quite as important. 32 and 99 for Boyer. Oh, I thought I had him. He's still flying around. Danica Patrick Mojo. Danica goes to Will Blackman. 1 of 25. Our shipping works. That's actually a really good idea. Not with you, because I trust you and know you take care of the cards like they're... Yes, I do. I 100%. 100%. I will treat them like they are mine for sure. No doubt about that. Groovy Jr. Yeah, and so Scott Cutler, here's what Scott Cutler said, and then I'll explain why I'll explain what I normally do because of what Scott just said, because Scott made a very good point. Scott says, I think people who make money on new products want fast shipping to get them out on the market fast to maximize profit. And I agree with him 100%, and I think early on, like, when a new product first comes out, I think everybody's excited and they want them as soon as possible, right? Like, I'm that way. You get something new and you are just stoked to have it, right? So traditionally when we have a new release, like next week when we have Donruss come out, all of the hits, the way I'll do the break is all the hits will include shipping. So if you hit a relic or an auto, or, those will just automatically be shipped out with all the rest of the cards. And I do it that way for the first probably week or two of breaks with a new product to try to help get things rolling. back a long time ago, we used to build shipping into the cost of the break completely. But the problem with that is that makes the break super expensive. And oftentimes you end up with, with cards that might not be, it'd be hard to justify paying the shipping on in some cases. So, 80 out of 399, Corey LaJoy on the Pulsar, going to Paul. So, again, I found it interesting to read what I was reading, and it made me wonder about what we could or could not do. But I also am aware that our situation's a little different than the big stick and ball sports. So, legendary signatures, Terry Labonte, red, going to Billy Joe. 38 of 99. Yeah, that's the other thing for sure, Scott, is it cuts down on how many packages we're using. Cuts down on how many times something could or couldn't get lost versus, just one package. So I certainly, I certainly agree with that. Here's the question: will we actually get Donruss next week? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, Scott. I really don't. And I am with you. I would agree that until we have tracking information saying it's been shipped, I don't know that I don't know that I buy it, Connor Mozak, Pulsar, 387 of 399, going to Chris Bonnet. Yeah, they probably ran out of stickers, Billy Joe, is what I'm guessing. You know what I mean? Like, they probably had enough to say, okay, well, we can do, all of one set, but maybe not another set. Silver Matty D. That's my guess, anyway. Pot of gold red, Bubba Wallace. Goes to Robert Rich. 64.99. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm curious to see the checklist too. Yeah. Yeah, next year would be the 10th anniversary of Donruss, and a great opportunity for sure. I'm with you. But it has to be done like they did in 2021. Like, they have to do it like that. Red, sensational signatures, William Sawalich. That's going to go to Robert Taylor. Rookie auto, 8 out of 99. Purple Prism, Haley Deegan. Going to Will Blackman. 45 of 99. Justin Allgaier blue is going to go to Dale Herman. $157 of $199. Yeah, I think, I don't know if you remember in 2021 when those buybacks came out and that whole deal happened. I think it surprised everybody or snuck up on everybody. And so it didn't feel like there was like this big boom when that product came out, even though we were kind of right in the midst of the hobby boom. And it was like 6 months later, all of a sudden, everybody realized, oh, that was a really good Donruss product. And ever since, it's been nearly impossible to find a box. So, yeah, I hope they do something very similar in next year's Donruss, but we'll see. We'll see if they're capable. McDowell Red going to Will Black, $2.94, $2.99. Bobby Allison Silver. Yeah, they were all bonus hits too, yes. So they didn't count as the auto in the box. So sometimes you'd get, in one box of Donruss, sometimes you'd get a normal auto, like an optic or something. And then you get your 2 relics, and then a buyback numbered to 5. I mean, that's a killer box of Donruss, plus all the numbered stuff that you get and everything else. For the price, you can't beat that. 4 hits for, at the time, they were going for like $70, $75. Yeah, they got to be they got to be certified and embossed and the whole thing. Correct. C. Bell, 154, $3.99. Goes to Nate Gogol. Then I got a Rusty Wallace color match, blue, for Troy. $21 of $199. You'll have a lot of tire relics in Donruss, Todd. The thing is for what the product's going to go for, which is going to be, I think probably around $90 a box. You have to consider what you're paying versus what you're getting. You're getting 3 hits, which is the same as Select and Prism. And the only difference is you're getting, 1 auto instead of 2 like you do in Select. So I would say, and my thought with, like, I understand that the tire relics and stuff like that get a little bit old, but I guess my defense to that would also be that if we had a premium looking patch in every product, then I don't know if Prime or National Treasures would mean as much. So empty box. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing with Donruss is, you could land on a downtown or a watercolor or all right. Jamie McMurray, white sparkle. Goes to John Boyles. Isn't oversaturated. Yeah, correct, Sarah. That's for sure. And it's a very good point that you make. Sarah said, the one thing that you always have to think about with NASCAR products is at least the market isn't oversaturated. And I agree. It's as what we want to happen is we want, the hobby to grow, and we want NASCAR to grow with the hobby, right? That's how your collection becomes more valuable over time, is with growth and more interest. And you know, for all of us who are collectors right now, compared to other sports, a lot of what we have is going to be considered much more rare, you know. So Ty Gibbs goes to Sea Salt. Bobby Allison White Sparkle going to Johnny. Yeah, I feel like there's something new with baseball all the time. Speaking of other sports, I don't know if anybody has seen the new Leaf product that's coming out. It's a multi-sport product, and it's all centered around Independence Day and 4th of July. I think that's the actual name of the product, is Leaf Independence Day or Independence. And they got some really cool, like, red, white, and blue stuff, like bomb pop things. And there's lots of big names in the autograph category. You know, there's people like Patrick Mahomes, and you know, just a whole bunch of really, really good autos. Larry Bird. So anyway, the point to what I'm saying is, I talked to my LCS, and I did have him. He's going to save me 2 boxes of the Leaf Independence Day multisport, and I wanted a box for myself to open, but then sometime close to 4th of July next week, we'll do a break. I'll do a break with the other box, probably a hit draft for anybody that's interested. It won't be super cheap, but man, the cars look really, really good. So just thought I'd throw that out there real quick. Just something to be on the lookout for. 1 of 25, Sam Mayer. Going to Sea Salt. Then we got 29 of 49, Martin Truex Jr. Going to Nate. I'm going to post a Series 2 break for my LCS tomorrow in their group. I tried it. I actually had it posted and tried it as a dual sport with football, and it just didn't go anywhere. There was like 2 spots that got claimed, so we took that down, and I'm going to do just straight up Series 2 tomorrow, I think, in their group. Lane Riggs going to Will Black, 14 out of 99. We got 22 of 75, Parker Chase, race-used fire suit. That's going to go to Johnny. Oh, that's cool. Brad Keselowski, 43 of 99. It almost looks like a Cleveland Browns helmet with the orange, brown, and red, or orange, brown, and white. That's pretty sweet looking. Going to Dan Owens. Nice 3-color sheet metal. And we got a duel. Team duels. Kyle Larson and William Byron. 25 of 99. Both 2-color sheet metal. Byron is John Boyles. And Larson is Thomas Jones Jr. So we will need to do a random for that one when we are finished here in just a minute. Set that there. Then we're going to go Daniel Dye, 52/99 on the Track Pass signatures. That's sharp. I really like those cards. Daniel Dye belongs to Candace. Nice hit, Candace. Next up, Track Pass, Clint Boyer, 35/99 with the blue ink. Clint Boyer goes to Scott Cutler. He didn't do us any favors with the blue ink. The gold Sharpie looked way better for sure. 2/10, Justin Bonsignor, Fire Suit Signatures, Hollow Gold. I think that one went to... I think that's going to end up going to Ty. Pretty sure Ty worked out a deal with Johnny on that. Two of 10. And last but definitely not least, Treasures of the Hall, 5/99, Richard Petty. Fire Suit Signature. That's nice. Going to Jerry Campos. Very nice hit. Can't go wrong with the king. That's for sure. So, that will do it for the break. Again, I appreciate everybody who participated. I'll get you guys a recap here in just a second. And again, don't forget, next break's Thursday night with Select. 4 boxes of Select. And then we get into the weekend. We got a break Saturday night because we're racing Saturday. And then another break on Sunday. So, let me show you guys what we had in our recap. We had, out of 25, Sam Mayer. Out of 25, Joey Logano. And the Mojo to 25, Danica Patrick for short prints. Relics. Nice. Brad Keselowski, sheet metal. Parker Chase. Lane Riggs. Prime coverage, Joey Logano. And Bubba Wallace, Fire Suit. Did have a redemption for a gold prism Jack Wood autograph. That one's a gold. And then we got a dual relic that we got to do a random for here at the end. Richard Petty, numbered to 99, patch auto. Terry Labonte, red legendary signatures. Clint Boyer to 99, track pass. Daniel Dye, William Sawalich, Denny Hamlin, Michael McDowell, Bill Elliott, Josh Berry, Jeff Burton. A lot of really good autographs tonight. Matt Kenseth and the Rainbow Brett Holmes. Even the autographs of guys that maybe aren't as popular, at least they were short prints, you know? And then we had, out of 10, the Justin Bonsignor Fire Suit signatures. And then, of course, the 101 Eric Jones, the High Sense. And like I said, really cool. You can actually see at the bottom here, that's another logo that's, obviously it's been cut there, but that's another piece of a logo at the bottom of that. Pretty nice. So, all we have left is a random. Hey, you do the same too, Mike. Just stay out of the heat, man. That's the main thing. Stay inside and just relax. You guys know me. I love to mow grass and be out in the yard messing around with my grass and all that, just fussing about it. And I'm not even giving it a thought. I just letting it grow, and because with the heat, you go to cut it and it'll just turn brown. So I'm just going to let it be for a while. Just going to be what it is. So, yep, same here. I think we were 104, 105, something like that. We're still trying to verify that I'm a human, which is what I'm waiting on. If you guys were wondering why I'm not doing anything. Sometimes it takes a while to determine if I'm real or not, apparently. All right, so we got Kyle Larson. And William Byron. Whoop. And again, Kyle Larson is Thomas Jones Jr. William Byron is John Boyles. And we'll go 5 times. Whoever's at the top will get the card. That's 2, 3. That's 4. And that'll be 5. So that's going to go to the William Byron spot and John Boyles. And I'll let it just kind of hang out there for a second so everybody can see that's exactly where it rested. But, yeah, William Byron spot, John Boyles. So congrats, John. And again, appreciate everybody that participated. And like I said, I'll probably get a shipping post made tomorrow, because we're starting to get pretty backed up, and I'd like to get one big round of shipping done if we can before Donruss comes out, because when Donruss comes out, we're gonna have a lot of base cards and a lot of stuff. It'll add up really, really quick. So I'd really like to get one good shipping round out before Donruss comes out. It'll help a ton if we can. So, again, that's really all I got for now. Everybody have a great rest of your night, and we will see you all next time.